We want to talk about this Sam Howell thing a little bit more. His fall finally ends. He goes to the Washington Commanders. Chris Russell from Locked On Commanders is with our Kainani Stevens.
Yes, we have to talk about this. Sam Howell finally off the board. Chris Russell here from Locked On Commanders. Now, with Heineke and Wentz in that room, is this just another key piece in your mind, or do you think Howell could kind of fight it out for possibly some playing time?
Well, this is a developmental draft pick. The fifth round selection would tell you that, but also because, you have Carson Wentz, but you also have Taylor Heineke, who started 15 games last year, and he's under contract for one more year. So to me, this is about Sam being in the pipeline, in Scott Turner's system, getting a year of meetings, practice, development, scout team, all of that, and only playing this year if everything falls off and goes off the rails and it's a complete disaster.
Which we know can happen in Washington from time to time. So it is a good thing that they're actually planning ahead, right? So this is something where Sam Howell kind of has fallen off, but if he does develop, this isn't a high upside for them if it does work out.
Oh, there's no doubt. If you look at Sam Howell in his junior season or, 2 seasons ago, so I guess 2020, he was outstanding. And oh, by the way, he's reunited with one of his running mates, one of his deep ball threats, Dyami Brown, who last year was a third-round pick of the then Washington football team, and of course is still now with the Commanders. So they already have that chemistry between he and Dyami. And you have a couple of other deep ball threats. Again, whenever Sam Howell takes over, and again, I wouldn't expect that to be this year, again, unless everything falls apart, which, we just kind of discussed. But he's already got that pre-connection with Dyami, and then you have Terry McLaurin, who can very much stretch the field. And then in the first round, of course, the other night, they drafted Jahan Dotson, who absolutely can do that, especially from the slot, I think, in the NFL. And don't forget about Curtis Samuel, who, while injured a lot last year, still has some dynamic speed explosion to get over the top. So plenty of potential future options for Sam Howell.
You mentioned Terry McLaurin. There are some rumors he might be headed out of town. Do we see a lot of credence to that, or is that just a talk at this point?
Well, got one more year left on the contract, and Ron Rivera and Martin Mayhew told us, the media on Thursday night when we met with them the first time after the first round, hey, we're working on it. We got this. Like, they're pretty confident that they're going to get Terry McLaurin under contract. I have no doubt they want Terry McLaurin long term. I have no doubt that they will try their best. The question becomes is, with all of these receiver contracts, as we've all talked about, are they willing to meet what it seems like maybe $24 to $25 million per year price tag? If you can, what AJ Brown got now in the trade from the Eagles to the Titans, and maybe it won't be that high depending on how hard Terry wants to press this, but it's going to be between 23 and 25 per year, in my opinion, on a 4-year deal. What I would love to see is a 4-year extension to the one current year he still has left. I think Terry, I've been covering him since the day he walked in the building. I think he genuinely wants to be here, as crazy as this place is. I think Terry's a good dude. I think he wants his money, but I think he's going to do everything to stay.
Okay, well, that's good to hear, right? From that perspective that he wants to stay, and, they're willing to work with him on that. So we'll have to keep an eye, hopefully get an extension or a new contract done for him. Locked On Commanders, thank you for joining us, Chris. Finally, Sam Howell's off the board, so he's got a home.